Hello there, YouTube. This is kind of how the day has gone. Geez, it's probably 3 o'clock or something. It gets nice out here. Looks like everything's going to be great. And then the next typhoon comes. It was actually starting to dry up. I was in there putting my shoes on. Oh, Kelly, tell me that's not rain I hear hitting the ground. She goes, yep. Dadgummit. At one point I thought, you know, I'm going to try cutting the damp grass. And then, boom, here comes the rain. Heard some rumbling off in the background. There was thunder somewhere around us, and I got lightning things popping up saying it was like 30 miles away or something. But it was really cool and windy, and that was helping dry things out. And, well, that ends quick. Welcome to Saturday, the 6th of June. Ooh, there's some wind. Making the old tree ruffle about there. Well, check this out. It's now about 5:15. And for the last, I don't know, half hour or so, it's been nice like this. Heck yeah. Look at all them, what do you call them, daisies, dandelions? God, they're everywhere. That's nice. But as you can see, if you look at the radar, if you were standing here, it's just one front after another coming. I don't know where that Kai-Kai's at. She's probably hiding in the barn. She goes, I know the next windstorm's coming. Man, is it peaceful out here though. Holy moly. There we are. We found old Kai-Kai. It's always beautiful looking out towards that barn. And the mountains in the background there. And it's always especially nice when you have that shining at you. Heck yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Now the sun's coming out. That makes me half tempted to just go ahead and wing it, mow a wet lawn. That just makes a mess out of everything. So I've had quite a few comments, emails, and everything else. People concerned about the countershafts breaking on their 1330. There's only 5 of these things that I know of. And other than the 3, the one last year and then the 2 I have right now, there's only 2 other cases, you know, looking through the dealer network. 2 guys in California. And yeah, it's as rare as hen's teeth. There's no bulletins on it. There's no nothing. It's, when you consider how many of these things they've made, 5 of these things that I know of, that's not even a dust speck. But anyway, I mean, obviously it can happen. And then the one thing everybody keeps getting in their head is when you put these things in gear, whether going in first or reverse, they make a bang sound. I thought Ryan left a transmission out here at some point, but he must have came and got it. So we'll use a CRF 250 camshaft as a demonstration. So a constant mesh transmission, I mean, just reflect back on the BMWs and stuff, it's the same deal. But BMW uses those little, the cogs that slide. Instead of moving the whole gear, they just use a cog in between. It's kind of like a synchro sorta in a car. But anyway, most motorcycles, you'll have one gear that has the engagement holes, and then the other gear has the cogs that slip into that gear. Where they're usually 4 to 5. I mean, it can vary from one. I mean, it can be as simple as 3. But what a Spyder does, and it's the SE5s. The SMs, they, you know, make a normal motorcycle clunk. It's exaggerated. It's always going to be exaggerated on a Spyder. It's been since the very first Spyders. This is nothing new. It's just newer people getting the 1330s. They're seeing my videos with the countershafts breaking, they're freaking out. Well, the SE6 transmission, if it senses that that engagement cog is not in the right place, like when it goes to make a shift, it senses this. So it does a little feather with the clutch to make the transmission move slightly so that the engagement cogs will go into the receiver holes. And that makes a boom. All motorcycles do that. All motorcycles. It doesn't matter whether it's shaft drive, chain drive, or belt drive. With a Spyder, the belt is so long and it's made out of Kevlar. Kevlar doesn't stretch. If it stretches, it's broken. It just doesn't stretch. So when that thing goes into gear, like every other motorcycle goes bang, it gives that little snap. Doesn't hurt anything. Doesn't wear. These things are designed to do that. This is a camshaft. Don't mistake that as a transmission gear. It's actually a cam chain that runs across there. Honda uses those high-volt chains. But anyway, that shock of going into gear gets transferred to the belt, which shoots all the way back to the rear hub. You'll have to pardon the dirty hub. It goes all the way back to this rear hub, and inside that housing right here is a series, I think there's 6 of them. The hub looks like it has engagement cogs, like in a transmission. And then the wheel, the inner hub of the wheel, has the receiving end of the rubber boots. Well, when that thing goes into gear, this thing goes boing, it's rubber. So, and that takes up the shock. When it does that, it transfers that shock wave back to the transmission, and it all happens in a click. So it transfers that back, so the end result is bang when it goes into gear. Does not hurt anything. Will never hurt anything. The life of your Spyder, it's never going to hurt anything. Harleys do it, the Japanese bikes, the British bikes, the Beamers, the Germans, it doesn't matter. Italian, they all go bang when you put them in gear. Harley did something, I don't know how they do it. It does it probably 95% of the time, but these Milwaukee 8s, and it seems to be specific to the 17. I think Harley might have abandoned it maybe the 18s did it too, but I've noticed that 19s and 20s, they go boom when you put them in gear. But they did something with these, the 17, maybe the 18 as well. But about 95% of the time when you put it in gear, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's just this silent whoop. I don't know if they have some kind of a synchro in there. But if I noticed when I rode that Road King in Texas for the parade run there, the Bring It Home parade, it wasn't doing that. It went bang every time I put it in gear, which is normal. I don't even think about it. I'm around motorcycles day in, day out. They all do it. The Beamer with its shaft drive, bang, goes into gear. Doesn't hurt anything. That's not what's breaking these shafts. Though 3 that we have, all 3 of the customers that I have were just simply driving down the road. It didn't go bang in a shift. Just all of a sudden it just went boom. The bike, it's like somebody kicked the shifter into neutral. And it made a little sound because the broken pieces ride together for a brief moment. And it makes some noise, and then that's it. She's in permanent neutral because the end of the shaft that the front pulley is attached to is no longer attached to the rest of the transmission. The dangest thing. And they seem to break in the same place. Some people looking at the visuals I had of the one last year, and I still have that piece. BRP never asked for it back. There's a groove there. And it doesn't look like it's machined into it. At some point it was probably machined, but it looks like it's cast into it. And they go, oh, it's that sharp edge where that snap ring is. Well, one, there is no snap ring there. Why that little groove is in the place that it's at, I don't know. But it does seem to snap in that one spot. But do I think about it when I ride this thing? Nope. Not at all. Does anybody else think about it? Nope. It's I don't know, it's a real rare thing. And like I say, it's so rare, nobody even talks about it. So, and we have so many Spyders. I don't know, I think there's another place that's bigger than us, that moves more than us. I doubt there's as many people that services them as we do. I mean, they roll through our store. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know that for any kind of, it's just the scuttlebutt that we're probably number one with the Spyders that roll through our shop. So if anybody's going to see them, it's probably going to be us. I don't know. It's a weird thing. There's no rhyme or reason. The 3 that we've had are always serviced at BRP dealers using all BRP products. So it's not like we know how good those are. So it's not like it's an oil issue or a lack of service, or they're not out there doing, popping wheelies, doing burnouts. And really, you can't put a shock on an SE model anyway. You just can't. It's because, it's all, the older ones, well, all the 1330s are hydraulically controlled, and there's no, shock coming to them. I think it's just some of these things, a handful went through, and think there's just something wrong with the metal in those shafts. No idea. If it becomes a bigger thing, then it will become a really big thing. Because obviously you don't need your Spyder to just click into neutral for you. You could have that Mack truck barreling down on you or something, and suddenly you stop. Not a good scenario. So yeah, don't panic over them. You guys, I talk about stuff all the time. If it becomes a deal, I'll let you guys know. And I get some people talking about the whining sound, the transmission whir that seems, they've always complained about it with the 1330s, number one. I was thinking it was just the body work of the new 2020 that echoed the sound up more. But when I ride the 2020 F3s, all the F3s make the same sound. Now maybe secretly BMW improved something in there, and that improvement makes an audible whirring sound. This is not uncommon around motorcycles for a tranny to make a whirring sound. Some people take it way over the top. Look, if it's a sound you can't handle, move on. Honda makes great motorcycles. BMW makes great motorcycles. If you have to have 3 wheels, maybe you should look at a Tri-Glide or something. If that sound is that annoying to you, move the heck on. Yes, the 2020s make a more noticeable tranny whine. I, and several people and customers included, absolutely love it. They have the same sensation I do. It's it's much better built. There's tighter tolerances in there. It sounds very tight, very professionally made. I love it. This one makes the sound, and I like to just hold the throttle in one spot. Now, some people might be mistaking that for something else. There is, at a certain speed, there's a whistle. I don't know if it's coming from the little air vent thing, the way that flows through there. I don't know if it's the shape of the fairing mixed with the shield, but at certain speeds you get this, like a high pitch, like a whistle, like an air whistle. I think that's kind of cool too. I like to kind of hold it there. I just get that sound of a twig, in a tree as the wind's blowing outside. I don't worry about these things. I do this day in and day out. If there was something wrong and it was making a bad sound, like something's bad, yeah, that's a problem. This is not a bad sound. It's just a characteristic of that engine. They did something different for 2020. I don't see anything different. There's nothing different advertised. They just make a more of a tranny whine. Like I say, if you're one of these people that just can't deal with that kind of stuff, you probably just want to stay away from motorcycles anyway, because all motorcycles make a weird sound of some sort or another. BMW Boxers, they clickety-clackety, The 1250s are much quieter. You get valve train noise out of Harleys. You get a lot of valve train noise out of a Sportster. Different bikes make different noise. Go around, if you got weird noise issues and you're that picky, find a bike that doesn't make the sound that you don't like. That's going to make a transmission whirring sound. It's barely noticeable. Some people exaggerate, say it's so loud, I just can't. BRP needs to do something about that. BRP ain't gonna do nothing about it. If there's a problem, then they'll do something about it. But I think people are just way over exaggerating. Or maybe they're just hating on them. Maybe they're Harley haters and they move that hate to BRP. Move on, man. Find something else to do. Buy yourself a convertible. I hear you can buy Mazda Miatas real cheap. Used. Anyway, I'm going to bail out. See what the mama's doing. She was in there watching some crazy grizzly movie when I came out here. That crazy woman, her horror movies. Anyway, on a rainy day out here hanging around with the motorcycles. I can't get to all the emails and everything I get. Dude, if I literally, there wouldn't be enough, if I sat down in a quiet room and just answered emails all day, I wouldn't have enough time in a day to answer the emails I get in one day. Get some people to get all upset because I don't answer them back. I try to catch them in a video or mention it, try to answer it that way. I can't answer all these emails. You know, and then, you know, I don't know what you think if I have nothing to do all day but answer emails. But some people will get upset that I'm not Johnny right on the spot. And they think I'm ignoring them or being rude to them. Dude, if you've seen the emails, you would understand. Anyway, I'm going to bounce. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, we're coming out here right before the rain is coming.
Of course.
The thing, although look at that, the sun's trying to come out in that one spot.
But
you can see that's coming.
It's a ucky.
The weather app going ding, rain will be here in a couple.
Yes.
And it's got a very light sprinkle to it now. I thought we'd swing out here, letting the girls do one of their little potty runs and hoping it doesn't rain too quick.
I know.
Do a quick goodbye and roll out for the day. So it was a peaceful day, even though it was on and off rain. You couldn't rely on it being dry for more than half an hour.
Yeah.
Although I think this time, even the sidewalks dried up.
Yeah. It got a long, little gap there.
That was a pretty good one there. No sunshine or anything. You get those little spots. I was out here earlier and all them blue skies, and you just get all these little ideas of going and doing something.
I know it.
Then you look at the radar and go, nope.
Yeah.
It's coming again. They coming. But
Darn
anyway,
rain.
Mom and her little movie, she's into something else in there. What was your grizzly thing called?
Oh, it is the grizzly maze. Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah. She loves getting a movie or two in on the weekends.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I like my
I'm
movies.
gonna go for a ride. Okay.
All right.
That way I'm not bugging her. But anyway, we're gonna roll on out on you. Something's a cooking on the stove. I don't like knowing what it is, but it smells really, really good.
Good. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. All right.
All right.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
Thanks for watching now.
Yes.
We'll see you in the morning.
Bye.
Bye-bye.